Relevant also to these problems are our plans for a university of the air. It's designed to provide an opportunity for those who, for one reason or another, have not been able to take advantages of higher education.
Let's say you're one of those people. One of those who think where you start in life shouldn't limit where you go. One of those who think a university shouldn't just be, well, a university. Let's say you're one of us, and together we are the Open University. Open to all of us, all of the time. Not some of us, some of the time. We are a movement of millions, a mission of one. We are disruptors, occasional troublemakers, game changers. We are the fuel for imagination, chasing comets, making the impossible possible. We are restless in our drive to see progress that touches us all, inspiring students to become ministers and midwives, barristers and teachers, tech entrepreneurs, business gurus, and more. Our cause goes beyond being an innovative way of learning, and our future lies in continuing to build that cause. We are the people who open up the future of learning. This is how we shape the future. Let's say you are one of those people who believe what we believe, one of those excited by possibility. Let's say you are one of us. We can't wait to open up millions of futures. And with your help, we can.
Hi, I'm Martha and I'm your Chancellor, and I just wanted to say well done and congratulations on reaching the amazing milestone that is an Open University degree. There have been many things about this horrible pandemic that we've all been wrestling with, but I can honestly say that not being able to do degree ceremonies and meet all the amazing students at our university has been one of the big losses for me personally. I really hope that we'll be able to see each other face to face again soon. But in the meantime, I just wanted to say that you have done an incredible thing. People talk about part-time learners for the Open University, but I think we all know you are actually double-time learners, often holding down jobs, often looking after family members, caring for children, dealing with tough circumstances in your own lives. So congratulations, hallelujah, you made it. You are going to go on and do incredible and remarkable things with what you've learnt. This is just the first stage of your journey, and you should be immensely proud to be forever part of a network of people who have completed Open University degrees. Have a great celebration. Good luck. Stay safe. Stay sane.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's degree ceremony. I hope you're all well, and I hope you enjoy the ceremony. First, the official bit. By the authority given to the Vice-Chancellor in the statutes of the Open University, I declare this ceremony open for the presentation of graduates for their degrees and qualifications. With that done, I'd like to start by saying just how delighted I am to welcome you all to today's events, our graduates, your families and friends and supporters of the university. Each year, in more normal times, we present graduates for their qualifications at ceremonies in towns and cities throughout England, in Belfast, Glasgow, Dublin, and Cardiff. And today, we're just as excited to celebrate your success in this virtual gathering. You're graduating from the largest university in Europe, with an extraordinary scale, scope of courses, and reach to people in all walks of life, all corners of the UK, and many other parts of the world. The OU's success is down to what our graduates achieve, and not just the qualification you're presented for today, but the difference that you'll make with it. So it goes without saying that this is a very important occasion in the life of you, your families and loved ones, as well as the university and my colleagues who, I hope you'll feel, have nurtured and supported you. Please do celebrate your achievement. It's something to be very proud of. And post messages or photos on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, using the hashtag OUFamily to share your achievement with many, many others. We will now see the presentation of graduates able to join us today, which will then be followed by my personal address.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's virtual ceremony presentation. My name is Toby Scott Hughes and I'm Assistant Director Operations Assessment Credit and Qualifications, and it's my pleasure to present graduates for their qualifications today. I would also like to welcome graduates, family, friends and staff who are watching today's live stream. I'm delighted you are joining us to celebrate the success and achievements of our students. In a moment, I'll read out the names of each group of students. Graduates, you will appear on screen in a group and your audio will be turned on. Please make sure your microphone is turned on too, so we can all hear your reactions and applause at the end of your group and at the end of the ceremony. Hopefully everyone watching will join in as well. Vice-Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained higher degrees and have been able to join us today. For the degree of Master of Arts in Art History with distinction, Melody Robson. For the degree of Master of Arts in Art History, Eva Gziewacz-Strabuzinska. For the degree of Master of Arts in Childhood and Youth, Josephine Guimau. For the degree of Master of Arts in Childhood and Youth, Sarah Jackson. For the degree of Master of Arts in Classical Studies, Mary Haywood. For the degree of Master of Arts in Creative Writing, Tony Barwick. For the degree of Master of Arts in Creative Writing, Donna Beresford. For the degree of Master of Arts in Creative Writing, Pamela Smith. For the degree of Master of Arts in Crime and Justice, Susan Hines. For the degree of Master of Arts in Crime and Justice, Susanna McSweeney.
Yay, Susie!
For the degree of Master of Arts in Crime and Justice, Yvonne Wilson. Congratulations,
Yay,
everyone.
Yay! Well done, everybody.
Well done, everybody. Well done.
I shall now continue with the presentation of graduates who have gained higher degrees. For the degree of Master of Arts in Education, Applied Linguistics, Petra Melville. For the degree of Master of Arts in Education, Applied Linguistics, Alexander Rowley. For the degree of Master of Arts in Education, Applied Linguistics, Valerie Safai. For the degree of Master of Arts in English, Leza Michaela Ford. For the degree of Master of Arts in English, April Skelton. For the degree of Master of Arts in History with distinction, Charlotte Higson. For the degree of Master of Arts in Online and Distance Education, Louis Bell. For the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy with distinction, Ramesh Fonseca. For the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy, Carlton Simmons Parker. For the degree of Master of Arts in Translation, Michaela Elbeck. Congratulations to all of you. I shall now continue with the presentation of graduates who have gained higher degrees. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Ina Baumgartel. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, John Connolly. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Sean Cross. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Gavin Dooley. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Paul Hodgkins. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Martin Luydenjik. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Heather Taylor-Reid. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Carolyn Tiller. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Leadership, Michael Wheeler. Congratulations to all of you. I shall now continue with the presentation of graduates who have gained higher degrees. For the degree of Master of Education, Applied Linguistics, Helen Gruber. Yay! For the degree of Master of Education, Applied Linguistics, Ross Wintle. Yay! For the degree of Master of Education, Inclusive Practice, Adeyinka Afuape. For the degree of Master of Education, Leadership and Management, Stephanie Eckhart. For the degree of Master of Laws, Misha Bakker. For the degree of Master of Laws, Meriem Ben Habib. For the degree of Master of Laws, Fintan Swanton. Congratulations to all of you. I shall now continue with the presentation of graduates who have gained higher degrees. For the degree of Master of Science in Advanced Networking, Muhammad Ansari. For the degree of Master of Science in Computing, Information Security and Forensics, Dishad Othman. For the degree of Master of Science in Development Management with distinction, Roger Wilson. For the degree of Master of Science in Development Management, Kayode Akintola. For the degree of Master of Science in Development Management, Rosa Arias Yague. For the degree of Master of Science in Development Management, Hannah McCausland. For the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Psychological Studies, Chris Oakley. For the degree of Master of Science in Human Resource Management with distinction, Hannah Malloy. For the degree of Master of Science in Human Resource Management, Emma Mostyn-Jones. For the degree of Master of Science in Medicinal Chemistry with distinction, Sophie Bogdakevich. For the degree of Master of Science in Medicinal Chemistry with distinction, Patsy Rawls. For the degree of Master of Science in Mental Health Science, Joanne Barker. For the degree of Master of Science in Mental Health Science, Carolyn Land. For the degree of Master of Science in Psychology, Sean Conboy. For the degree of Master of Science in Space Science and Technology, Helen Hanks. For the degree of Master of Science in Technology Management, Kevin Lloyd. Congratulations to everyone. I shall now present graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts degrees. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Arts and Humanities, Art History and English Literature with honours, Lynn Cook. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Management with First Class Honours, Tracy Smith. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Management with honours, James Lyon. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Management with honours, Anthony McDermott. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Studies with honours, Sarah Baroque. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Studies with honours, Claire Johnson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Studies with honours, Antonio Marquez Bedoya. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Childhood and Youth Studies with honours, Gemma Bannon. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Education Studies, Primary with honours, Holly German. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English Literature and Creative Writing with First Class Honours, Alex Caton. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English Literature and Creative Writing with honours, Charlotte Meadows. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies with honours, Carla MacDonald. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Health and Social Care with honours, Judita Nuda. And now a rare and special presentation of husband and wife. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computing and IT with honours, Frederick Belton. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Design and Innovation with honours, Celise Patrice Belton. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations, everyone.
I shall now continue with the presentation of graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Laws degrees. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History with honours, Kathy Kellum. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History with honours, Gareth Nelson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Youth Justice Studies, England and Wales with honours, Aaliyah Douglas. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Open with First Class Honours, Deborah Butler. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Open with First Class Honours, Jacqueline Gill. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Open with honours, Jonathan Bending. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Open with honours, Jane Moore. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Early Childhood with honours, Liz Paulson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Social Work England with First Class Honours, Estefani Lopez. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, England, with first-class honours, Donna Pavey.
Well done.
Yay!
For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, England, with honours, Isra Shafi. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with honours, Terence Kavuru. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with first-class honours, Harvey King. And for the degree of Bachelor of Laws with honours, Claire Appleby. Congratulations to everyone. I shall now present graduates who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biology with first-class honours, Tanya Chamberlain. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Combined STEM with honours, Michelle Macquarie. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computing and IT and Business with honours, Adrian Iskru. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computing and IT and Business with honours, Fabio Slomp.
Well done. Well done.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computing and IT with first-class honours, David Wood. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computing and IT with honours, Jonathan Ryan. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computing and IT with honours, Elliot Wilkinson. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computing and IT Software with honours, Diana Wright. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science with first-class honours, Natalia Casey. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forensic Psychology with first-class honours, Louise Don. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forensic Psychology with honours, Vicky Gibson. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences with first-class honours, Catherine Whittaker. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences with honours, Michelle Dumi. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences with honours, Sarah Jane Falconer. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences with honours, Jenny Hope. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences with honours, Latifa Mohammed. Congratulations to all of you. I shall now continue with the presentation of graduates who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences, Astronomy and Planetary Science with honours, Richard York. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences Biology with honours, Julie Ivoska. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences Chemistry with honours, Hannah Perkins. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences, Physics, with first-class honours, Brendan Clark. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Natural Sciences, Physics, with first-class honours, Maxwell Maltz. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with first-class honours, Michael Leonard. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with first-class honours, Lauren Barnsley. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with first-class honours, Danny Cooper. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with first-class honours, Michelle Dodd. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with first-class honours, Samantha Holden. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with first-class honours, Caroline Mitchell. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with first-class honours, Roxanne Saltner. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with honours, Linda Cass. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with honours, Sharon Cumberbatch. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with honours, Rachel Goodacre. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with honours, Marianne Khurshid. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with honours, Nikki Ringwood. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology with Counselling with honours, Natalie Harrington. Congratulations to each of you.
Well done, everyone.
I shall now continue with the presentation of graduates who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, a foundation degree, the Diploma of Higher Education and Certificate of Higher Education. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Open with first-class honours, Laura Barrett. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Open with first-class honours, Carol Eves. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Open with first-class honours, Joanne Fishick. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Open with first-class honours, Jonathan Thrower. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Open with honours, Shamar Istiak. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Open with honours, Maria Powell. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Open with honours, Susan Sprints. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Open with honours, Emma Steele. For a foundation degree in computing and IT practice, Richard Apaya. For the Diploma of Higher Education Open, Claire Kane. For the Certificate of Higher Education in Social Sciences, Anu Adeleye. Congratulations to each of you. Graduates, there will now follow a personal message from the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Tim Blackman. Please keep your microphone on, as we may come back to you for a huge round of applause following his address, which will conclude today's ceremony.
Thank you, Toby. Firstly, and most importantly, congratulations. Thank you for joining us on this very special day to recognise what you have achieved. Each of you is truly extraordinary. I believe that today you are the most amazing body of graduates anywhere in the world. You've believed in yourselves, and we've believed in you, and now you've shown what that belief can achieve. Almost every one of you studied alongside other responsibilities and commitments at work, for children, as a carer, and I know that sometimes it's been tough. No wonder employers tell us that what they like about OU graduates is that you're self-starters and you're determined. You've juggled study and deadlines with many other demands. But you know, I've been told that there is one thing that's harder than being an OU student, and that's living with one. You've learned a great amount while you've been studying, and you've no doubt learned a lot about the OU as well. Let me tell you a little about the OU that you might not know. We're now 51 years old. When we started back in 1969, our pioneer students and staff really were taking a step into the unknown, putting their faith in an innovative university that was using new methods of teaching and didn't require any entry qualifications for most of its courses. Many thought the OU would fail, but instead it's one of the world's most successful universities, now with over 2 million students who have studied with us. It's you, our students, who make the OU what it is. But we all owe a huge debt of gratitude to the vision of the university's founders. Foremost among them was Jenny Lee, to whom Prime Minister Harold Wilson gave the job of setting up the university, and a woman whose own journey from a Scottish mining community to Minister of State shaped in no small measure what the OU is today. Jenny Lee believed that the OU had to be a university for everyone, regardless of background or identity or what you'd achieved before you joined, and that it would do that while maintaining the highest academic and professional standards. No one would be able to criticize the OU for dumbing down. You, our graduates, have achieved those high standards of scholarship and professional practice that Jenny Lee was determined we'd maintain, while opening up that opportunity to more people than ever before. And she was determined too that we would also be a respected research university, currently ranked among the top third of research universities in the UK, not just teaching knowledge and skills, but ourselves pushing forward the boundaries of knowledge, making discoveries, inventing new techniques and products, enabling us to understand each other better and to live together peacefully and without trashing the planet. Curiosity and experimentation are what drive us at the OU, and I'm so glad that you chose to join us on this fantastic adventure. Some of you joined us because you were curious, or came back to join us again for a higher degree because you were even more curious. But many of you were also looking to advance or change your careers. You'll find OU graduates in every employment sector, often at the highest level, and you'll find thousands of businesses started by OU graduates. We've recently measured the economic impact of the OU. We spend nearly £500 million a year, but that produces an impact of almost £3 billion a year. That's more than £6 for every £1 we spend. Most of that return is the higher lifetime earnings that OU graduates achieve. But there's a social return too. Graduates are, on average, healthier and happier than non-graduates, more likely to participate in their communities and in politics, and much less likely to be taken in by misinformation. And the OU has a social mission, to bring learning to people whoever and wherever they are. That's why we partner with the BBC to produce programmes like Hospital or Blue Planet too. It's why we make available hundreds of free short courses on Open Learn and Future Learn, taken by millions of people, and for many, a lifeline during this pandemic. Across England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland, we work with employers, community organisations and trade unions to reach people where they are so they can take their first steps into higher education. We work with carers organisations, the armed forces, prisons, job centres, colleges and schools, constantly innovating how we provide higher education. If you're an Uber driver, for example, Uber will pay for you and your family to study with the OU. And if you watched Springwatch on the BBC earlier in the year, the garden survey of insect pollinators that Chris Packham invited viewers to take part in was run by the OU's award-winning citizen science web platform, Enquire. Completion of your qualifications means that you join a community of Open University alumni around the world. You can continue to keep up with news, access career advice, or come back to study. The motto on the university's crest, Learn and Live, is a call to action. To learn, and by learning to really live. Please do good with what you've learned and encourage others to learn and live as well. As you sign off today, you'll hopefully become an ambassador for the Open University and all that this remarkable university stands for. Its values of social and environmental justice, its belief in inclusion and diversity, and above all, its vision to be open to people, places, methods, and ideas. Do share your experience with others that you know and tell people what your OU journey has meant to you and what it could mean to them. We're hugely proud of you, and I thank you for choosing the Open University. Well done, you're all amazing. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you all. Oh, awesome.
Somebody making speeches though, so this is cool. So, friends, families, and other animals. Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats.
That concludes today's celebrations. Thank you for taking part. We hope you enjoyed it. Do please stay in touch with us via our Alumni, Careers and Students Association teams. On behalf of the Ceremonies Centre and everyone at the Open University, we wish you every success for the future.